Story title: The Roadmap to Realizing Your Dreams, a practical guide to manifesting success. Chapter 1: A Gathering of Dreamers. In a small, picturesque town nestled between towering mountains and tranquil, crystalline lakes sat a modest yet bustling community center. This weekend, it was alive with anticipation as a diverse group of dreamers gathered with hope painted across their faces. They had come from various walks of life, united by a common quest, transforming their deepest desires into tangible realities. At the helm of this gathering was Amelia Carter, a renowned life coach known for her astute guidance and uncanny ability to inspire change. Her reputation had drawn individuals like James, Maria, and David, each arriving with different dreams teetering on the precipice of possibility. James, sporting a paint-splattered shirt and ink-stained fingers, was a struggling artist harboring a singular longing: to have his work recognized and cherished. Next to him sat Maria, whose eyes sparkled with visions of confectionery masterpieces. She dreamed of opening her own bakery, a cozy haven where sweetness reigned and laughter rolled like dough beneath a flower-strewn countertop. Completing the trio was David, a fresh-faced college graduate with determination etched into his every feature. In search of a fulfilling career, he hoped to find a path that merged passion with purpose. As the room settled, Amelia stepped forward, exuding a calm yet dynamic presence. Her voice carried both wisdom and warmth as she began the workshop. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're embarking on a journey of becoming. Dreams are the seeds of possibility, and our task is to tend to these seeds until they blossom into reality. She moved seamlessly into the heart of manifesting, highlighting that it was not about passive wishing, but rather about actively shaping one's reality. Amelia captured their attention with anecdotes of past triumphs, stories of people who had once sat where they sat, full of dreams and doubt, but who now lived the lives they had imagined. Amelia explained, "The first step is clarity. Without clear intention, you'll wander aimlessly. Begin by defining what you truly want in vivid detail. The second step is visualization. See, feel, and hear your success. Make it as real in your mind as the air you breathe." With attention rapt, the participants leaned in as Amelia shared how she too had been a dreamer, once lost and searching. Her story resonated, weaving a tapestry of hope and relatability. A murmur of understanding passed through the room. They were in the presence of someone who truly knew the road they were embarking upon. Over the course of the day, Amelia laid out a roadmap teeming with actionable steps, creating vision boards, practicing daily affirmations, engaging in positive self-talk, and cultivating gratitude. But she also stressed the importance of releasing limiting beliefs. Your mind is the soil in which your dreams grow. Be mindful of the seeds you plant, she advised, encouraging them to replace doubt with belief, scarcity with abundance. Story: As the first day concluded, the group disbanded, each individual clutching newfound tools and a budding sense of empowerment. In hushed yet excited conversations, they discussed how these principles would intertwine with their personal journeys. A breeze swept in through the center's open windows, carrying with it the promise of transformation. With tentative smiles and reinvigorated hearts, James, Maria, and David stepped out into the evening light, their paths now illuminated and interwoven by the shared lantern of hope. Chapter 2: Painting New Realities. The morning sun streamed through a crack in the curtains of James's small studio apartment, waking him with its gentle warmth. Today felt different. Energized by the previous day's workshop, James approached his canvas with a determined focus that had long eluded him. He began with Amelia's initial step, defining his intention. He wanted his art to speak, to resonate with others as profoundly as it resonated with him. With deliberate strokes, he outlined his ambition, allowing the colors to tell a story of longing, connection, and creative release. Determined to start the day right, James carved out a corner of his room dedicated to his dreams, a personal altar where his vision board would reside. Carefully, he clipped images and phrases that encapsulated his dream: art exhibitions, feature articles, and heartfelt testimonials. Each edition was a promise to himself, a vow to stay the course. Throughout the morning, James practiced affirmation, an exercise in retraining his self-doubt-stoked mind. "I am a celebrated artist," he repeated, his voice growing stronger with each utterance. Initially, the words felt foreign, almost like an ill-fitting coat, but over time they began to mold to his being, challenging the voice that whispered of failure. Amelia's words echoed in his mind. Visualize your success as though it's already here. Closing his eyes, James allowed himself to journey to the future. He imagined himself standing in a bustling gallery, surrounded by captivated admirers who saw the world through his eyes. He could almost feel the smooth stem of a wine glass in his hand, overhearing snippets of conversation that praised the emotion and depth captured in his paintings. A warmth spread through him, seeping into his bones, a preview of the fulfillment he longed for. Yet, as with all dreams, reality occasionally insisted on intruding. Between moments of inspiration, James faced his share of setbacks. Galleries turned him away, and criticism stung more sharply than he wished to admit. On one particularly gray afternoon, as the rain tapped persistently against his window, James found himself questioning the very path he was on. Reaching for his phone, he sent a message to Amelia. Her response came swiftly, offering comfort and a reminder of the impermanence of setbacks. Growth isn't linear, she reminded him. Remember why you started and trust the process. Perseverance turns doubt into layers of depth. Story. Taking her advice to heart, James picked up his brush once more. He poured the emotional turmoil of the rejection into his work, each brushstroke a testament to his resilience. The colors he chose were bolder now, the lines more daring, as if his art had found a voice louder than any critique. In embracing vulnerability, his paintings took on a life of their own, resonating more deeply with those who viewed them. Chapter 3. Baking with Passion. Meanwhile, Maria's dream of a bakery was starting to knead itself into reality. With Amelia's guidance, she had crafted a detailed vision of her bakery, a warm, inviting space filled with the scent of fresh-baked bread and confections that dazzled the senses. Her vision board was vibrant with swatches of pastel colors, pictures of whimsically decorated cakes, and notes scribbled in flour-dusted enthusiasm. Maria dedicated herself to Amelia's exercises of visualization and positive self-talk. Each morning, she envisioned customers streaming into her shop, savoring the joy her creations brought them. I am a successful bakery owner, she affirmed daily, letting the certainty seep into her subconscious. However, as the initial excitement settled into the routine of planning, Maria encountered the formidable labyrinth of business logistics that threatened to crumble her dreams. Permits, financing, and menu decisions loomed large, casting shadows of doubt on her once clear vision. Yet, inspired by the workshop's lesson on cultivating gratitude, Maria refused to succumb to fear. She turned her kitchen into a test ground, inviting friends and neighbors to sample her treats and provide feedback. Their delighted reactions and encouraging words fueled her resolve, reminding her of the joy her creations could bring. One evening, Maria found herself back at the community center for a follow-up session with Amelia. Sharing her challenges, she was met with encouragement and practical advice. Amelia suggested affirmations tailored to Maria's specific hurdles. I am capable of navigating challenges, and every step brings me closer to my dream. Buoyed by this support, Maria tackled each hurdle with renewed vigor. She networked with local businesses, refined her recipes with exacting dedication, and even started an online presence to share her journey, inviting followers to partake in her adventure. As the days progressed, Maria witnessed small yet promising signs of progress. The community responded warmly to her efforts, embracing her vision as one of their own. The dream was no longer just hers, it became a shared promise of something wonderful on the horizon. Chapter 4. Navigating Career Paths. Story. Not far from Maria's burgeoning bakery, David sat surrounded by notes and spreadsheets, a cup of coffee cooling beside him. As a recent college graduate, his quest was to find a career that aligned with his values and talents, a path that felt elusive amidst the cacophony of entry-level job applications. Following Amelia's teachings, David had spent considerable time articulating his career goals. He envisioned himself not just in a job with growth potential, but in a role that championed sustainability and made a positive impact. His vision board was a collage of innovative startups and environmental organizations. Armed with these intentions, David practiced daily affirmations and reflected on Amelia's advice to embrace abundance. Opportunities flow to me easily, he repeated each morning. struggling to silence the chorus of doubt that sang of fierce competition and economic instability. Despite all efforts, weeks passed with little success. Rejection letters and unresponsive recruiters took a toll on his morale. Frustration clawed at him, making each new application feel like a weary climb up an endless hill. In a moment of frustration and doubt, David emailed Amelia. Her response was empathetic yet firm. Keep moving forward. Growth comes from action, and sometimes the right path isn't what you initially envisioned. Stay open to possibility. With Amelia's encouragement serving as fuel, David adjusted his approach. He began volunteering with local environmental groups to gain the experience he craved. This shift didn't just bolster his resume, it reignited his passion for making a difference. Through these engagements, he networked and met like-minded professionals who valued the same ideals he held dear. One evening, after returning from a community cleanup event, David received an unexpected call from a nonprofit organization he admired. They had seen his online profile and noted his active involvement and genuine passion. A freelance opportunity was available, something small but promising. David's heart raced as he accepted, recognizing the call as the manifestation of the seeds he had so diligently sown. In time, David realized that dreams sometimes required improvisation. By embracing flexibility, he discovered that his dream was not a single career path, but rather a tapestry of experiences contributing to broader goals. Chapter 5: The Peaks of Potential. As months passed, the changes in James, Maria, and David were palpable. Their journeys had been paved with determination, setbacks, and the courage to manifest the intangible. Amelia's teachings had etched themselves into their lives, empowering them to shape their realities with intention and clarity. Story James, now standing on the threshold of his first gallery exhibition, reflected on his journey. Each painting was a companion on his path, a record of resilience and discovery. The evening of the opening was electric. As guests weaved through the gallery, James saw his dreams reflected in their eyes. He realized that recognition was not an end but a beginning, a canvas upon which to paint new dreams. Maria, her bakery now a beloved fixture in the town, experienced daily the joy she had envisioned. Flourished with gratitude, she found each challenge a sweet twist in her story. Customers, whose laughter and delight echoed within her shop, became her community, constantly reminding her why she had pursued her dream in the first place. David, embraced by a burgeoning career that intertwined his passion with purpose, had unlocked a world of possibilities. Freelancing led to new connections, and soon he found himself part of a sustainability initiative that felt like home. Opportunities unfolded before him, like uncharted trails inviting exploration. Chapter 6: Continual Becoming. On an early autumn afternoon, the group found themselves back at the community center, this time as a panel sharing their manifesting experiences with a new cohort of dreamers. Each shared triumphs and tribulations with candor and humor, their stories weaving into a tapestry of empowerment. As Amelia took the stage, she turned to her former students with pride. Manifesting success is not about reaching a fixed destination, but about continually becoming, she declared. In your journeys, each of you has embraced growth, learning to trust both the process and yourselves. The audience resonated with the message, inspired by the relatable paths James, Maria, and David had walked. Their stories became catalysts, igniting the flames of hope in others. Amelia closed the workshop by inviting the participants to share their own dreams aloud, affirming them into the world. In a chorus of aspirations, the room filled with promises whispered into existence, embraced by a community resolute in guiding one another. As they departed, new dreamers emerged into the soft glow of a setting sun, their footsteps echoing with fresh purpose, a reminder that every dream holds the potential for an extraordinary unfolding. And so, the roadmap to realizing dreams stretched into infinity, paved by those daring enough to imagine, brave enough to pursue, and wise enough to manifest their deepest desires. The town nestled between mountains and lakes had unwittingly become a sanctuary for dreamers, their stories flowing in an ever-evolving symphony of possibility.